Baru 2 hari, 2 days here, kan? 2 days in Jogja.
Yeah, 3 days. First time in Jogja.
And dan baru pertama kali di Jogja. Dan disempatkan untuk datang ke JDV untuk sharing ke teman-teman semua tentang growth hacking. Sebelumnya saya perkenalkan dulu sebenarnya growth hacking. Jadi saya ngapek sedikit. Jadi growth hacking itu salah satu strategi marketing yang bisa diimplementasikan di perusahaan-perusahaan startup. Kalau dalam kasusnya Mr. John is one of Qiscus marketing, yes. Jadi salah satu tim marketingnya Qiscus. Dan growth hacking ini kalau di referensi yang saya baca, jadi ini strategi marketing yang biasanya diterapkan di perusahaan-perusahaan startup yang notabene low cost, maksudnya perusahaan startup itu masih low cost dan tidak punya tim tradisional marketing. So cara marketingnya gimana? Cara marketingnya salah satunya dengan sosial media, dengan intinya itu gimana caranya impact user, mencari user sebanyak-banyaknya dengan cara yang dengan memanfaatkan internet, sebenarnya gitu. Nah, terus bedanya apa sih tradisional marketing sama growth hacking? Jadi bedanya misalnya yang tradisional marketing itu kalau kita mau ngiklan biasanya di koran, biasanya di radio, atau iklan di televisi. Nah, kalau growth hacking ini marketingnya kita lewat sosial media. Bisa lihat, saya kasih example ya. Example-nya misalnya Dropbox itu untuk mencari user, untuk menambah user yang banyak, dia menawarkan referral. Kalau referralnya banyak, dia akan tambah bonus. Nah, itu salah satu cara implementasi growth hacking. Kemudian beberapa media sosial yang pernah kita gunakan itu pasti ada fitur suggested to your friend. Nah, itu dari satu user bisa disuggest ke user-user yang lainnya. Itu salah satu contoh implementasi. Okay, today this is your time to share about growth hacking, and sorry, maybe you can not fast for slow. Yes, I mean slow because our audience maybe not all understand about English. So please slowly. Okay, this is your time, and this is your
Selamat sore.
Sore.
Just have to do this. Nama saya Pak Jono. Alright. Okay. Well, my name is John Allen. I am the growth hacker at Qiscus, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about growth hacking. If you guys follow the web, it's quite a buzzword, but it's definitely a part of the growth hacking is part of kind of the entire marketing environment, I would say. But it's definitely growth hacking in itself is a very small piece of marketing, but it's a very focused, specialized niche, and I'm going to go into that with you guys. Talk about where it came from and why it's key for your growth, why you need to implement growth strategies for your startup, and also, as I mentioned, how to implement a growth strategy for your startup, and kind of what Qiscus, at the end I'll bring up what Qiscus is doing as well. All right, what is growth hacking? A few years back in 2010, a guy by the name of, is a marketer named Sean Ellis. He's well known in the Valley. He's worked for Dropbox, Eventbrite, LogMeIn, and his current startup right here is Qualiroot. But he coined the term growth hacking because as he was building, these rapidly growing businesses for these tech companies, he needed to figure out what to call the job he was leaving. He needed someone to fit this criteria to continue growing the product and growing the company. And every resume he got from somebody, every resume for when he was hiring, was just a general marketer that had kind of skill set of marketing skills, but nothing specifically tied to figuring out how to grow a product or service. So part was, the idea with growth hacking now is part being a marketer, thinking like a marketer, but also having an understanding of the technical side. And I'll get into that in a minute. Yeah, you go to the next one. Yeah, so pretty much like I said, Sean Ellis created the term to describe the role he wanted to fulfill for the marketers he was trying to hire. And as I mentioned, you know, marketing is, to be an online marketer now is quite a general term. When you're focusing on growth, growth hacking is kind of the term now, or the buzzword for only focusing on how can I ramp up users and how can I scale this product as fast as possible with limited resources. Okay, so I have a few examples of growth hacking and different ways that these companies implemented different marketing channels to grow their user base. The first one I'm going to start with, who here is familiar with Hotmail? Who had a Hotmail account like 10 years ago? Yeah, one person? Two? I'm guilty too. I'm still an Outlook user, so yeah. But yeah, Hotmail was one of the first free email services in the 90s. And they're one of the first examples of actually growth hacking, or focusing on user growth. And I'll go into that in a minute. Also, we'll talk about something maybe more relevant for developers that might not have a business guy or sales guy or even marketing, something that they can focus on to actually do their own growth hacking. So integrations and APIs, I'll talk about in a minute. Onboarding processes, so your onboarding flows, like when you acquire a new user, what steps do you introduce into the software and to get them to sign up. Content marketing, so anything from blog posts, videos, podcasting, stuff to create inbound marketing to get users to come to your product. And then talk a little bit about mobile at the end as well. Okay, so Hotmail. Hotmail started back in 1996, and like I said, it was one of the first free email services online. And this, you can't really see the graph very well, but this is its growth in just a year and a half. And in 1996, there was only 70 million people on the internet at the time. And within a year and a half, Hotmail had 12 million of them. Put that in perspective, that'd be equivalent to having like 400 million users now, if that's how you would look at that. And it's interesting what they did. It's quite common now, but when they did it, it was pretty innovative. It's a free web service, so they weren't making any money. They had raised funding, but they weren't making any revenues. And they weren't going to spend money to get free users. That's kind of a backwards idea these days, especially when you're bootstrapping and you have a minimal viable product to promote. What they did was, at the bottom of every email that someone sent in Hotmail, it was an email signature saying, "Get your free email at Hotmail." Originally it said, "P.S. I love you, get your free email at Hotmail," but they took that out, so the one in bold is actually what they went with. And pretty much the quote was just 6 words at the bottom of the Hotmail email sent. Of every Hotmail email sent, the product itself became Hotmail's promotion and distribution channel. And to this day, this is what they're known for. Was they don't do it anymore, but that was their kind of virality of growing to 12 million users in a year and a half. Okay, so this one's much more modern. This is a Singaporean startup. It's actually Kiwis on it, so people from New Zealand, but they're based in Singapore. TradeGecko is a software as a service company. They do inventory management for wholesalers, e-commerce stores, even retail stores, anyone that needs to manage their stock. And it's a pretty robust application. So any of you that do a lot of e-commerce or Shopify development, they're a good partner to have if you need to use a better inventory management system. And so what they did was, this is an image of their apps and add-ons, and these are some of their partners that they work with to kind of do a value add for TradeGecko services. And the one I'm going to talk about mostly is zero counting. So who's here familiar with zero counting? Has anyone implemented it or used it before? Okay, one. Okay. So Xero is a software as a service accounting software. It helps you track your books and automates a lot of processes for you when you're doing your accounting. So how this works for TradeGecko, TradeGecko has a partner program with Xero, and what they did was to grow TradeGecko users. TradeGecko's plan is they make integrations and APIs to get other services to get them users. So does that make sense? Did I get that? Yeah. Okay. So they open their API to partner with other companies to bring users. So how this works is for every Xero user that needs that Xero's users are pretty, I would call them high, I put right here, they're utilizing APIs and integrations for quality user acquisition. So what I mean by quality, I mean these are paying users, these aren't free users. So the quality with Xero, the advantage of partnering with Xero is every time a Xero user sees TradeGecko as a partner to use for inventory management as a referral, TradeGecko gets an actual paying customer because people that use accounting software have money. That's kind of how it works. You have to have money to run accounting. So this gives them a lot of quality users, and it's a pretty good strategy for them. That's why they keep building more APIs or more integrations or apps for their service. So they have WooCommerce, for example. One of their good strategies was they figured out how to make their WooCommerce app for the Woo themes sit on top for the category of inventory management. So usually when you go to Woo themes or WooCommerce and you're looking for inventory management, I think the first one you might see on search results is TradeGecko. So they get a lot of exposure that way. Same with Shopify. One trick you can do on Shopify is try to get voted up as the most reviews to sit on top of the Shopify app store to get more downloads or get more traffic back to TradeGecko. And the other one would be in terms of not acquisition but to keep your users. They build apps for companies like, or they build extensions for Dropbox, Drive, and different integrations of that such to allow people to export their spreadsheets or their files that are related to TradeGecko. So that kind of keeps, instead of just acquiring a user, you can also create value to keep them as well. Yeah, you go there. Okay, so this one's an interesting one. This is Logman. Is everyone familiar with, or is everyone, is anyone familiar with Logman? Anyone do IT support? Nobody's IT support? No. Okay, so with Logman, it's a remote desktop software, meaning you can install it on your desktop and access it from other places. This is actually a startup that Sean Ellis worked at, and this is probably one of its harder ones because Logman is it's a web-based service, but it also requires you to install something on your desktop. And this is their modern page, but the story I'm going to tell is a little bit different. When it comes to pricing for your product or getting downloads, your messaging is very important, and also the messaging of how you onboard that. By onboarding, I mean sign up that user is critical. So the problem they were having was they would say this says free trial, by the way. So you would click free trial, sign up, and then you would download the products. But the next step is, so you already had to convince them to download it. The next thing is they have to install it. And that's an extra step. It's not like a web product where you just do 2 steps. So once you have to install it, you need the best onboarding experience to get them installed all the way through. And Logman was having a problem. They're spending all this ad money to get CPD, cost per download. They're spending money to get people to download this, but when they download it, they weren't installing it. So he needed to figure out, how do I get these people, when they download it, to actually install it? And the problem was people thought to install it, once they installed it, they had to pay for it, but that wasn't true. So they changed the copy to say, start a free trial, download it, and then it will start a trial. So the idea was they needed to change the onboarding experience. So what they did was they found all the top tier web services at the time. This is like mid-2000s, like Skype, any other application, Skype, any chat application or modern application at the time that required you to install software on your desktop. And they reverse engineered. They found out what the best products were doing to get their users, and and they reverse engineered it and copied the best parts to make their own onboarding process for Log Me In, which turned around their conversion rate drastically, and they were able to be very successful after that. All right, Buffer. Who knows Buffer? Does everybody know Buffer? Should be like 10 hands in here.
Yeah.
2 people? 2 people know Buffer? Who loves Facebook? Who loves social media?
Yeah.
Nobody loves social media. 3, 4, there we go. It's Indonesia. Twitter, right? It's Twitter? Twitter, okay. So, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, app.net. No? Okay, well they support that too. So Buffer is a social media queue app. So you can pretty much buffer meaning like queue up posts. So say you found a really cool cat GIF article, I don't know, and you wanted to share it later. You could buffer it. So you could install a button or copy paste the link into Buffer, and it would buffer the post for a different time. So say I wanted to share something at 12 o'clock, I would put the link in my Buffer, and it will share at 12 o'clock. That's the kind of idea with it. So like I said, Buffer is an app that queues social media posts for sharing later. They did something interesting. When Buffer started, the first day he launched his product, he had a paying customer. Someone paid $10 a month. So it kind of validated what he was doing. But him and his partner, when they started Buffer, they couldn't get users fast enough. And they thought, hey, I'll write an email to all the hot blogs and tell them I got this cool product, and they'll talk about me, and then I'll get acquired and I'll go home, and everybody lives happily ever after. That doesn't work that way. I think we all know that. So what they did was they realized, well, if companies like TechCrunch, companies like, not TechMe, TechCrunch, Engadget, The Verge, if there's so much power in content marketing or blogging, then they decided to do it themselves. And their angle they went after with this was they started writing their own blog posts on social media, startups, life hacking, so like life hacks, because their user base is all they care about is content. All they care about is sharing content. So the idea with that was they made sure they wrote articles that not their users would talk about, but other people would talk about it to the potential users. I know that's kind of confusing, but you can ask me later and I'll explain. So pretty much, they were writing to grow the user base for Buffer. So the idea is, if we write great content and people share it, we're building a brand at the same time. So people will come and check out our website and maybe sign up and try it. That's the kind of thinking process. And what happened in the process was they wrote great content and got a lot of response, and people started signing up for Buffer. But they also were building a brand, and so Buffer, at least in the U.S., it's got a very loyal following when it comes to the founders and what they're doing. Okay, so this is the one I think everybody wants to know about: how to implement growth hacking in your startup. So I went over a few examples. One with email, one with integrations, one with onboarding process, one about content marketing. Then I added a few at the bottom. Like for events, there's a lot of different things you can do at events. Everyone familiar with HipChat? HipChat, chat? No? Okay, so they're similar to Qiscus as far as they're one of our competitors. But I'm just going to tell a story about them. I'm not plugging them. But what they did was they've had these small events where they'd have events where they give out free coffee to acquire a user, right? So sign up for HipChat, you get a Starbucks. That was the kind of idea. So it doesn't have to be purely digital. The idea with growth hacking is to kind of think outside the box of traditional marketing and figure out how can you optimize your efforts to grow your user base with finite resources. Mobile, for example. Who here uses WhatsApp? Everybody, right? Just about everybody. BBM? That's not relevant, I just want to see it. Okay. If you ever use any messenger, KIK, WhatsApp, Qiscus, how many people in here use Qiscus? Okay, well, they all have something in common, which is, invite a friend. And that's a powerful thing, because when you download a messenger of any kind, the first thing you do is either download it because your friend has it, or you're downloading it to try it and you need to invite a friend. And for mobile, that's extremely important because it's all about communication. The idea is to, whether it's email invite or like WhatsApp, for example, it scans your contacts to find out who else has WhatsApp. That's the kind of the idea with that. So, not particularly growth hacking, but definitely a way to get people to sign up for your app. And who knows what gamification is? Gamification? Nobody? Okay. This is kind of a buzzword 2 years ago when location-based apps were big, 2 or 3 years ago. Foursquare? Everybody know Foursquare? Yes. Okay. So they gamified location-based applications, right? You check into a place, you get, you're the king of the Qiscus office, something. You're the king of this incubator. So I encourage you to engage with the app and then tell your friends about it and then play it. It had a kind of a viral element to it that made people want to use it. Okay, so I did mention this in the beginning, mostly because I'm going to try to explain it. So things to consider when it comes to growth hacking, or actually just your product in general. This is something we're learning at Qiscus as well, because we've gone from B2C to B2B now, and we have to think about how we approach our market differently. So in growth hacking, if you read a lot of the media and what they talk about, Sean Ellis definitely talks about product market fit, and product market fit is pretty much what it says. It's does your service, products, app, whatever it may be, have the right fit for what audience you're going after, or your industry. Like for us, for example, we're going after enterprise. The way we pitch Qiscus, the way we present it, and what we offer with it is much different than what we did when we were going after B2C users. And the next thing I want to talk about, the biggest difference was that I've been learning myself since I'm from the United States. I've been in Asia for about 3 years, but this is something I'm still learning. Culture differences. So whose product here, or app, or anything is global? I would say most, I guess. You know what I mean? You have multinational users. No? Nobody? Is it just, are your apps built just for Indonesia? Yeah? Okay. All right. Well, it's still relevant, because once you guys grow big, you'll be outside of Egypt. So the difference in culture is something you got to consider is in the U.S., things are a little bit more mature as far as adoption of software. Like for us, growing Qiscus would be maybe a little bit faster in the United States because people would try it out and test it out just by themselves. But when it comes to Asia, people are a little bit more hesitant to just sign up for the service and think about, even consider about paying for it. So the difference is in the U.S. we could rely more on just our homepage and the copy we write to pull someone in. But in Asia, when it comes to growth hacking, it's a little bit more offline actually than it is online. I was in Jakarta just yesterday. I was in Jakarta 2 days doing sales meetings, and the thing I learned was to onboard like a bigger client, we have to kind of sit down with them and really pitch Qiscus and explain everything to them. Versus if I was in the U.S., I could send someone a demo and they could handle it themselves. Neither one's better or worse, but it's just something to address that you need to understand when you're actually building a product. Is who's my target audience and how do I present this to them? Something to consider. And user behavior. This is a quick one. I don't know if I can remember. Like for us, for Qiscus, I was talking about Qiscus actually. No, you know what? I'll go for user behavior, I'll go back to Log Me In. They had to figure out where people were dropping off to address their problem. And one way, who here uses? They're all web companies here, right? So everyone that uses Google Analytics, everybody, Google Analytics, Optimizely, Unbounce. Anybody? Okay. So those are analytics software. So what those do is they measure and record how people interact on your site. And this is, when it comes to user behavior, a lot of your decisions in growth hacking, actually like probably 95% of them, are determined by how your users interact with your product and your site. So if you don't, since not a lot of people raise their hand, if you don't have the analytics running on your product or you're thinking about doing it very soon, I recommend having that because it's an asset you can't really do growth hacking without. So that's where I got to be data driven. Analytics are your best friend. Okay, so this one's a little bit easier. What growth strategies is Qiscus using? So currently, I don't have all the screenshots, but I'll go through them with you. The first one that we do that's really easy for us is the way we set up Qiscus is you invite friends via email, or we have this feature to actually call someone with an @ sign. So you can actually email within Qiscus to somebody to pull them in the conversation. So how this works is we do a couple different things with this. For every prospect we meet, or every event we do, any networking we do, to maximize email acquisition, whether you get a business card from somebody or you make a contact on LinkedIn, we always follow up with them by inviting them to Qiscus and then following up with them once they sign up with an @ call. Which an @ call does two things. If you put the @ symbol with the user's name and a message, it'll send a notification within Qiscus, and it'll send a notification to their email. So they'll get an email saying, "Hey, John sent you a message on Qiscus." Insert my message, and then you would click Join Qiscus. It would bring you into Qiscus and sign up. So that's one of our acquisition models. For us, recently, we've been doing a lot of content marketing, so everything with blog posts, podcasting as well. Podcasting is a long play, so it's not effective immediately. So for content marketing, this is an example. We wrote, Amin, our CEO for Qiscus, wrote this article. He commentated on a book called Social Loafing. And the idea with this was, it's called Why Teams Are Lazy. And I'll tell you a quick story real quick. It's, the idea is, if you had a horse-drawn carriage, and there was 3 horses, and the first horse was running at 90% speed. If you add another horse, the horses only go about 70%. And then when you add 3 horses, the horse's output, it goes down to like 50%. And the idea is, the team of horses actually use less effort because there's more of them. And this is something that resonated with a lot of readers, that if one person is focusing on, if one person is dependent, if they're only just doing the minimum amount of work, the rest of the team's only going to do the minimum amount of work to achieve that goal. So with this article, we were searching it with Qiscus is, our messaging platform is based on helping teams be more efficient with messaging and communicating and organizing conversations. So the idea was, if we can make users on Qiscus teams more accountable and show their performance, the team itself will increase their output. So now that you know the story, this post alone, just this one post, our average blog post gets us about 10 new signups every time we write. This post got us about 87 signups in a day, and we were scratching our heads trying to figure out why was this article so successful, and all the other ones we worked really hard on didn't do so well. And it's because the audience that we're talking to, this resonated the best with. So since then, we've been focusing a lot of our content on teamwork, the psychology teams what makes them more efficient, and that's kind of how we steered our content marketing strategy. And the third one, this one's quite new for us, and maybe you'll hear more about it later in the future, but we also do, for kind of getting more of our software in users' hands, we sponsor events. So incubators like this, accelerators like Bagi. We're going to start providing institutions like this free premium Qiscus. So if you guys are interested in your team, just speak to any of us on the team and we'll be happy to hook you guys up with a premium subscription to Qiscus. And this helps us, just because we're giving away free software, but what it helps us do is spread the word about Qiscus. So even if there's 20 teams in the incubator and one starts using Qiscus, that one team will spread the word for Qiscus for us. So that's a good free marketing tool if you guys have software that you can distribute that way. So I'm going to open up to questions. It'd be a lot more interesting if you do it that way, because this is growth hacking is quite a hot buzzword right now, and it's got some ambiguity, meaning not everyone understands it. So if you have any questions, just let me know.
Okay, thank you. Big plus for Mr. Zen. Oke, sesi berikutnya adalah sesi tanya jawab bagi teman-teman yang. Oh ya, sebelumnya Mr. John ini sebelumnya gabung dengan PayPal juga sebagai tim marketingnya PayPal. Mr. John, before joining with Qiscus, you also joined PayPal as a marketing, right?
That's correct.
Maybe you can share experience in short.
Yeah, I can share one for you. Let's see here. Let's do that. So I was going to show you like the homepage of PayPal. So what I used to do at PayPal was I was a merchant marketer, or merchant marketing manager. So what I did was I managed the merchant side of the PayPal website. So anyone that wanted to sign up as a PayPal merchant and sell goods, sell on eBay, sell on their own site. My team that I worked with was in charge of optimizing those pages and marketing campaigns to get more merchants to sign up. So with any companies, either whether it's PayPal or it's a software as a service, one of your biggest challenges is increasing your signups and also in your conversions, but also managing the churn rate. So churn rate is anytime you're losing users. When I was at PayPal, the main thing we focused on was PayPal is always growing rapidly. It does very well, but it also has a high churn rate when people don't sign up fully. So my job was partly to do the redesign for PayPal. My team that I worked with. So if anyone remembers like the old PayPal sites where it was all white, and just kind of like boring. There's a refresh now. So I was in my team. We worked on 10 countries in Southeast Asia. I think it's 10, yeah. And what we focused on was optimizing the pages to have better conversion and better sign-up. So the first thing you start with is the content on the pages. So when you're dealing with payments, you want to make sure each country that you're working with, the value proposition, so pretty much what you're marketing or offering for that product is very clear and understandable. So when the user signs up, they know what they're getting into. And then the next step was giving them enough information so when they signed up, they would finish the sign up. And that was one of the core things. But on the front end, on the marketing side, we